the general idea is to identify the strength and find the natural genius in everyone, and basically it means in yourself as an employee of this organization, and then try to find a role that matches that aspiration. Generally speaking, our company is structured indeed quite differently. We call it the operational system, the OS of ten23. This is based on the so-called loop approach, and it basically focuses on not working in jobs but in roles, so people can have multiple roles in the organization in different areas even. Now we have had, for example, colleagues who went from being a technician in the lab to leading our diversity strategy, from being a technician in the lab to become a sales and business development director. And these activities could be part-time, could be full-time. So the idea is really that people work according to their strength and interest, can grow at the company, at the workplace, and that's allowed with these multiple roles. It's not about being an organization where everyone can do whatever he or she wants. It's about being an organization, however, where trust comes first, and you need to be diligent, though, for the few cases that are misusing that trust. So I would always advise, if 1%, 2% of people are misusing the system, don't build a system to control the 1%. Go build a system to reward the 99% where the trust is totally warranted. We don't have this traditional performance ratings from a line manager, because we don't have these traditional line managers. And the idea is really that you reflect yourself on your contribution and your output on a general base. Do you work according to your strength? What are your strengths? To invite your colleagues, peers, stakeholders in the company to give you feedback about how they think you perform, both on the output, on the reliability, on the communication, etc. And then basically to inhale that feedback together with maybe a colleague from our people and culture organization, and that could lead to, aspiring to change your roles, aspiring to educate yourself, to learn more, to be more self-reflective, and that's a great journey, and I think that's where everyone in this organization is learning. There are specific rules to the organization, and just maybe about decision making. Decisions are made at the right level, so that's why we call it functional hierarchy. These systems always have a hierarchy, and there's a clear assignment on who drives a decision. Having said that, that decision is never a consensus-based, not that everyone needs to agree, it's a consent-based. So you can basically verbalize a potential concern or veto if that's substantiated, and otherwise the decisions should proceed as long as they're safe enough to try. If you are used to work in a corporate organization for maybe 20+ years of your life, it may become a little bit challenging to actually unlearn all the things that you've been practiced and conditioned to actually do. And that's where I've had experiences where colleagues said that I should not talk to the employees in this team without permission of the respective circle lead and stuff like that, which is an obvious sign of command and control organizations and fear of transparent communication, which is actually one of our values. And that is an interesting signal of trying to maintain, a command and control state and entering, maybe these traditional ways of communication. So that's, in other words, it is also clear that an organization of ours will not be for everyone. When we launched the company in September 2021, we were 10-15 people in Basel. Meanwhile, the organization has grown to around about 210 colleagues, both at the Basel and our FISP facility. So have seen some interesting growth, and which is obviously an interesting experience. Also, given that our company organization is very, very different. I'm constantly trying to also be quite on a self-reflection journey myself. One of my most wonderful experiences also in 2024 was on that journey was to spend time in the monastery in Münster-Schwarzach in Germany on learning about how the Benedictine monks actually, what they think about leadership and self-development, and to take learnings from that, both for your self-reflection on communication, about how it was an interesting saying too about how to take, let's say, negative experiences and turn them into something good, about how to make pearls out of you know, injuries, basically. That was the saying. So it was a very inspiring journey.
Good. I